Peace, y'all. Welcome to the Klyph Notes podcast. Appreciate you downloading, subscribing, tuning in. I'm your host, DJ Klyph, and this is a really cool conversation, yo. I haven't had a chance to sit and chop it up with this guy in a minute. One of the original guests on the Klyph Notes podcast. He's been super busy on the road traveling. You're in for a treat, man. It's a conversation with truly a hip-hop legend. On this episode of the Klyph Notes podcast, I chop it up with Slimkid3, formerly of the Pharcyde. Check it out. Support for the Klyph Notes podcast comes from Acapella Apparel, an idea born from a love of hip-hop, funk, and soul music and its surrounding cultures. With fashion being a huge visual part of the cultures, they've created expressive images to pay homage, invoke nostalgia, and showcase the elements that make up the lifestyle and cultures of these genres. Acapella, apparel for the music lifestyle. For more information, check out acapella.com. That's AKEPELE.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show you're about to listen to may contain explicit content. So guess what? You need to put them babies to sleep. This is for grown folks only. So we're not held liable for anything you might be offended by. Thank you for listening.
Yes, y'all. We back. It's another episode of the Klyph Notes podcast. Available everywhere you listen to your podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, like everywhere you listen to your podcast. Or, of course, at klyphnotes.com. Got a real good special show. I gotta get saying special because they all special. But this one's dope, and it's funny because I haven't had a chance to like sit and chop it up with this dude. I was looking back, the last time we did this was 2014, so it's been a minute since we chopped like this, man. But really, really cool. This cat's been super busy, stays busy, and to me, I would say is probably one of your favorite MCs that you don't even realize that he's one of your favorite MCs. But yo, let him know who you are, cat.
Yo, what's up? My name is Slimkid3, formerly of the Pharcyde, currently Bizarre Rider all day.
What up, bro?
What's good,
man? Look, I'm doing really good. Thank you so much for coming back through, bro.
Yeah, man. It's been a minute.
It has been, man.
You put the date on it. I was like, dang.
For real. Because like I said, I was looking back to try to see when we chopped it up. It was 2014, which is crazy, which is special for me because 2014 is the year that I started doing Klyph Notes. So you were like one of the first artists I had an opportunity to interview.
Yeah. Man, did you move a couple times, didn't you?
Yeah, so the first time that we connected on any sort of interview situation was on the radio show on Welcome to the Neighborhood. Okay. And I was doing that at KZME out in Gresham. Yep. And then you came through, you were kind enough to do an episode of the podcast, and we did that in Milwaukee. Yeah.
Exactly, because I remember writing rhymes, waiting for you to, I was waiting to, I'm always everywhere too early. I was trying to kill time, so I was writing verses and stuff like that.
No doubt.
That was like some church or something.
Yeah, it was a church, and then my homie Kevin Brissett had a recording studio up above. Yep. Damn. Good memory, Bree.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. It's milestones, right?
Word up. But like just jumping in, man. I said that you've been busy. Like truly, you don't never stop working, bro.
Yeah, I don't.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's this is truly a labor of love. You know what I mean? Because it's definitely, you got to make money, but it's not about money. Because I mean, like the way I look at it is probably the way that my other bandmates actually look at it too, and my whole production, like J Swift or LAJ or any of my folks, we love this craft. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everything about it, like if it's like researching, like listening to some Earth, Wind and Fire, listening to some jazz, some old jazz, or listening to the Daz Band, thanks to Reggie Andrews, who was our old manager at the time. You know what I mean? It's like we dove into music and we ain't never left it. It's really crazy. If I go and sit with any one of them right now, all we're going to do is dissect music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like dissect music, lyrics, everything. You know, it's we keep each other sharp.
That's what's up. And it is I think it's important and valuable to have people in your surroundings, people in your circle who are that, who help you grow and process that part when you're an artist. I think that's huge.
Yeah. I mean, we're really hard on each other. You know what I mean? Like, as far as if your rhyme is whack, they're gonna say something about it. They're not gonna let you. They're gonna be like, oh, you think that's good? You like that? You know what I mean? You sure you don't want to write another one?
Right.
You know what I mean? And then we got, K Natural from the Bizarre Ride team. He's like a super duper writer. You know what I mean? And you got to be at least close to his caliber, and he's like bananas.
Word up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's like a super sharp tool. You stick your hand in the toolbox, you're gonna get your fingers filleted.
That's what's up.
He's that one.
Yeah.
I was just bigging up Versatile the other day, man.
It's the homie.
He is thorough. Versatile is thorough. And when I think of dope MCs like K Natural, I think of, Versatile, or I think of Austin Antoine from the Trademark Project.
Yeah.
I think of Saul Williams. I think of all these kind of cats because, either, first off, they're super smart and they're super dialed into the pulse of life on all kind of levels.
Yeah.
And, when I think of myself as an MC, it's like, I was talking about lately, I haven't been writing stuff that meant anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's just where I was at.
Yeah.
But there was a time where I was, writing things that had some super substance to it, like my Liberation album.
Yeah.
Or, there's some trademark stuff that I had some deep moments about, and you might catch something there. But I'm still, like, as a writer, you got to flush out all the nonsense to get to things that make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's a part of being human, though, isn't it? I mean, because that's how we live life. We have those moments where things are light. We have those moments where things are deep.
Yeah, and sometimes I like that stupid stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just for shits and giggles, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's why, like, I can listen to people that write stuff for shock value because I know it's just for shock value. And if I dare to take it serious, I'm stupid. You know what I mean? And I know that what I'm listening to is of high intelligence. If I listen to a Lil Wayne, I know he's an incredible writer.
Yeah.
Or oh my goodness, Eminem is an incredible writer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can look at, like, maybe you're not down with what they're saying or whatever, but do you look at how they're putting this stuff together?
Right.
You know that's a marvelous mind off in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if at any given moment, one of those minds could turn it in a direction to change humanity or anything. Why? Because they got the vehicle to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm very capable of it myself. Versatile is very capable of it himself.
Yeah.
Like, all the people that I've just mentioned is because it's in them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like what do you call it? It's not even like a sleeping giant, but we giants watching. We listening to the pulse and we watching the pulse of the world. Now, one giant that I mentioned, Saul Williams, he's always been just 100% on.
Right. Right.
And what I respect about him is when he talks about corporate stuff or corporations that ain't good or whatever, he got the facts behind him too. Like, sometimes when I have a passion about something of something I think is an injustice, I just talk, because it's what I feel. But I wish I did have the other parts to back up, like, this is why,
Yeah. Yeah.
And certain people have it and they know, and I do believe, like, whether I'm, preaching something, the truth of something, in a positive way, or somebody else is doing it. It's not if you're doing it or not, but it's that it's moving forward and getting done regardless. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, everybody has their moment where they're going to have to, carry the wheelbarrow with whatever content that they have to build the next.
Right.
Part of the world, of a new world, or a better world. We all gonna have our chance to do it. You got your chance to do it now by, like, opening up this to do it. And
that's facts, for real.
I know that, like, when people in general, like, when you're young, you think a certain way, and when you get older, you think a different way. And sometimes, like, now, I just want to be happy and have my family happy and be able to take care of my family. And I'll keep it simple. Yeah. Because life is simple, and sometimes we do complicate it.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, I don't really need, like, the Maserati. I like the Maserati, and I might get one, but We don't need all these different things that we feel like we need, or but if someone's rocking it, I ain't gonna shit on them about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's because that's not what it's
But
all
that's
about.
negative energy, bro.
Yeah.
There's no reason to live in that negative space
At all.
It doesn't do anything to help promote a better situation for anybody involved. Yeah.
For anybody.
It's funny, man. It's funny that's where we start, because when I think about your catalog, one of my favorite songs that's a part of your discography is Something That Means Something.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's one of those songs that's like randomly you'll pop into my head.
Right.
Because in part, like that's valuable to me, just the way that I move. I think that when you have a platform, or when you choose to take on a platform, I think at that point what you're doing is you're saying, along with that platform, I am also taking on the responsibility of that platform. And
right. Yeah.
Like we talked about, there's balance in everything.
There's balance in everything.
But come on. You got to say something that means something.
You do.
You know what I mean?
You do. And that's why, like, I guess all the silly stuff I've been saying around, look, I planted some seeds. I've said some things.
Yes.
I was thinking about, like, a verse that I did from the Plain Rap album called Misery. And I think that's one rhyme that I felt like that I wrote that was definitely had its political depth.
Yeah.
Or something that was worth, it was like a piece of gold, that I could leave behind, that if somebody picked it up and that seed was planted in them, I think I've done a good job.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
absolutely.
you don't have to be, you ain't got to be the whole garden. But I could be a nice piece of fruit within it. You know what I'm saying?
Like you say, plant the seeds, bro. And you let nature do the rest.
Yeah, let nature do the rest. Nature is, I love, let nature do the rest.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Chopping up with the homie Slimkid3. So, bruh, so much, man. So much. So I said before I turned the mics on, it's crazy because looking back through, just kind of, like I know you, so I don't need to do a ton of research. But I was like, well, let me pick a couple things. But the one thing that I didn't realize how much like production you had done throughout your career. You know what I'm saying? Obviously know you as a writer, know you as an MC, but when I'm looking through track lists and I see, produced and co-produced by Slimkid3, I was like, wow, I didn't even realize you was doing that, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All the way back to Bizarre Ride.
Hands on.
It's crazy.
Hands on.
Do you see yourself as an artist? Do you see yourself as MC first, producer next? Or is it just all like the whole package?
I feel like it's, man, I live and breathe every part of it now.
Yeah.
Especially now that I DJ.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, we got to talk about that too.
Man. I think DJing has helped my production.
Okay.
Like because I haven't produced in a long time, like hands-on making beats or anything. I haven't done that in a long time. I've orchestrated a little bit. But now diving back in, after DJing, I can dive back in a way that I want to.
Right.
Because I know what moves the crowd.
Right.
Like my Liberation record was one that you can't play that in the clubs.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't think my mind was like that either. But now that I play stuff in the clubs and things like that, it's like, oh, I understand why if you drop this, it'll clear the floor.
Right.
However, but if you play it on your own at your house or at a party or with a house party with people, I see why it works in those environments, not on the dance floor. The dance floor is a different drive.
Yeah.
It's a different thing.
Yeah.
And so now I know the texture that'll keep people moving. Not even the song itself, just the texture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
absolutely.
the texture of something. It's like, wow, look at the crowd is on the floor. They don't even know what they're hearing. They don't know what it's talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was like, I know that. I know how to make it. Or just rhythm.
Yeah.
And I love like kind of mashing things up and toggling beats against each other. It's like they dancing one way, then I throw this other beat like on some Jay Dilla, like, man.
Yeah.
I love DJing.
So since you brought that up, B, I didn't realize you were DJing until, and this goes back a couple years, until Live and Direct. So shout out to Star Child, rest in peace, Star Child.
Rest in peace, Star Child.
You, the homie, Rev Shines,
DJ
Nature. Live and Direct was nice, bro.
Yeah, yo, shout out to Nature and Rev Shines. Yo, when we gonna do this again?
Come
man?
on, say that. Say that, bro. Yeah.
Well, look, I got a text from Nature today, and Shine. It was he texted me and Shines and was like, yo, we need to get together, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, are we gonna form Voltron to get there? Look, man, Portland needs us.
Yo, if y'all hadn't experienced Live and Direct, man, that was an event. But looking at Live and Direct, how far back prior to Live and Direct did you get into DJing?
Man, it's been a minute.
Okay.
I've been DJing for a while.
Okay.
I DJ'd at Greenlight in Los Angeles with my boy Shane Mooney, Paul Mooney's son.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I DJ'd at Greenlight, and I learned from, I say, DJ Tendaji, DJ Mark the Spot. I've watched these guys DJ Chalk years ago, the Baker Boys years ago.
Yeah.
Man, I was in the garage, in DJ Chalk's garage, just messing with, the vinyl back in the day. Or DJ Kilu at DJ Kilu's house when we do, like, everybody had to do sets of 3 or sets of 6.
Okay.
You go dig in the crates
Yeah.
with six grooves, and whoever's up,
Right.
you catch it next. So you
Right,
jump
right.
in and make sure you got something that'll go with what he's playing.
Yeah.
And then hit your 6, and then, get off of them tables because
That's
somebody
what's
else is, like that little cycle.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it for a minute.
Okay.
Or just at, not Lab Cabin, but the Pharcyde Manor. Every morning we would get up, and if DJ Mark Love wasn't on the turntables, I get on them turntables and I just start spinning and doing stuff, and then he'll wake up and show me a few things.
That's what's up.
And then we get to rehearsing
Yeah.
because our rehearsal space was our living room.
Gotcha.
It was the windows were blacked out,
Okay.
and there was like monitors on the floor. So you just wake up and grab microphones, and we rehearsing for tours.
That's what's up, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
graffiti. Like we had graffiti art on the wall.
Yeah.
Like we messed this. Well, I don't think we messed this house up.
Yeah.
However, when we moved out, they said we messed it up. It ain't nothing but dope ass graffiti on the walls.
Yeah, man.
You
That's
know
a
what
part
I'm
of
saying?
his history,
There was
man.
no furniture in that house, B.
So it was truly
It was
just
truly
the Pharcyde
it was
situation.
a Pharcyde Manor. There was maybe everybody had like a mattress on the floor.
Yeah.
I think Imani was the only one that had an actual bed.
Yeah.
in it, because we all like lived with our girlfriends, but we came to the manor to
work.
to work,
Yeah.
to rehearse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tour buses would pull up in front of the houses.
crazy,
It's
bro.
crazy. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: like when you describe that, bro, does it? I might have asked you this before, but does it resonate with you where the Pharcyde is in hip hop history? Because hip hop now is middle age, right? Like as an art form.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
When you think about when you guys dropped Bizarre Ride, what was happening in hip hop at that point, and how that piece of art is such an integral part of moving forward with this art form. Like, does that resonate with you, or is it just like something you lived?
Man, I'm aware of the magnitude of what it is right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a big thing.
Yeah.
It's really a big cult thing. And I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. I'm grateful. Fatlip's grateful.
Yeah.
I know the other two are grateful as well.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean? And
yeah.
it's like, despite whatever we're going through or whatever, we about this music.
Word up.
You know what I mean? And I know we're grateful for it.
That's
you know what I
what's up.
mean? Like, no matter what's going on, I know that they know what's happening.
Yeah.
They like got that golden goose and trying to run.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Lip are just like, I don't know, man. It's just a trip.
Yeah.
It's just a trip. Yes, we know what's going on.
That's what's up. Because I've said this to you before, bro. Like, even for me, even this, like, I'm fanning out. You know what I'm saying? Because
man.
you know what I mean? Because I remember when I first heard Bizarre Ride, and then to follow it up with Lab Cabin, and just the impact that it had as a hip hop fan, huge. And so then to go back and listen to the music that you guys made at that time, you could, like I said, it had an impact on the direction of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
what you guys did coming out of the West Coast
Yeah.
was so different from what was happening as West Coast hip hop was reaching more ears at the time.
Yeah,
it was huge, bro.
It was like, I look at markers, time markers. There was like Beastie Boys changed hip hop. Well, first off, Run DMC.
Word.
Let's do that Run DMC. Let's do that LL Cool J. Let's do that BDP.
Right.
But now let's do that. Beastie Boys for sure. Hip hop shifted. We can do De La Soul for sure.
All day.
Hip hop shifted. Tribe Called Quest for sure. Hip hop shifted. Pharcyde, we shifted it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, these are my Slum Village.
Oh my gosh, all day.
Shifted it, and shifted it in such different ways.
Yes.
It gave it like it just gave it a different room to chill in.
Yeah.
A different musical room to chill in.
Yeah.
Like, damn, could you, like, even if you listen to People's Instinctive Travel,
Yeah.
it's so different from Tribe Called Quest, all of their stuff.
Yeah.
But that zone of the People's Instinctive Travel was something. Oh, I can't forget Leaders in the New School.
Oh, word. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just thinking of like the pivots, hip hop, the pivots.
Yeah.
Like, it created a way.
Yeah.
For it created a way for a Semino. Semino.
Mm-hmm.
What's they call that band, Semino?
Semino. Yeah.
Super dope, right?
And I think that, to me, and it's often said about De La, I'm a huge De La fan, so it's often said about De La, but I feel like the Pharcyde, it fits as well, where you're a fan of this art form for various reasons. The rhythms, the skill of the rhyme, but when certain projects were released, when 3 Feet High and Rising was released, right? When Bizarre Ride was released, you felt a certain sense of, I can relate to that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, I love everything that I've been hearing, but I understand that.
Yeah, because it created a space where, like, nobody was trying to be hard.
Yeah.
Nobody was trying to be hard.
Right.
For Pharcyde, we weren't trying to be hard because the people around us was hardcore. You know what I mean? So I'm speaking on for myself.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up in heavy gang areas.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah.
So when you say stuff, there's checks and balances.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's mad checks.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, being, I had to ride the school bus from, 56th and Central all the way to Inglewood High School. And when you ride the 107 bus, like, you go through a lot of different sets. You go the Crip set, Blood set, Crip set.
Yeah.
Like, and you on the bus hoping not to get pulled off of there and get checked and sweated.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just a lot of things. And, so therefore, you're not going to catch Pharcyde saying anything about gangbang, this, that, or another. I mean, they're affiliated, they're affiliations of people that we know.
Right.
Folks that look out for us.
Right.
Or, the hoods we live in, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And the hoods that we live in look at us and say, man, we love what y'all doing. Stay positive and don't do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that helps us to keep pushing forward, man. Oh my God, we've changed so many people's lives.
Yeah.
And they've changed ours.
Yeah.
So the real OGs, we've kind of gave them some Zen mode, and they helped us to become men.
Yeah. Yeah. That's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
They've helped us become, like, my old bodyguard, Seal Love, gotta big him up and Big Boy and Suave Smooth too, Tone Locs crew. Yeah. Man, they've had our back.
It's crazy.
They've had our back big time.
It's crazy, bro.
And I thank them right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
For everything.
That's what's up, bro.
Every time we do a show in Los Angeles, when all Pharcyde's on stage, all of us, you're gonna see Tone Locs folks.
That's what's up.
Right behind us.
That's family.
That's family. They don't play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They look out for us. They love us. And vice versa.
That's what's up.
It's a good exchange, man. Like, it was just a good. It was a good ride.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you're like I said earlier, man, you're crazy busy and so many different things to touch on. So you talked about DJing, but before we get too much further, I want to let folk know, if they don't know yet, that you mentioned you and Lip are working. You
Yep.
guys been on the road.
Yep.
You're doing a show in Portland, which I am like so excited about, bro.
I'm excited for it too.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Portland.
I know.
Like Portland, come on now. This is like you know, we done spent the whole first part talking about how impactful what you guys did is on the art form. Now you doing a show in Portland. So it's billed as Fatlip and Slimkid3 doing Bizarre Ride to the Pharcyde. Does that mean y'all are doing Bizarre Ride to the Pharcyde?
We're doing Bizarre Ride to Pharcyde stuff. We're doing some Lab Cabin California stuff and some of our things as well. You know, I got to go home and like start editing parts together. Like, oh man, we were just in Chile.
Yep.
Me and Fatlip just doing the stuff and just working it out. And it's just me and him. It's like, ooh, there's a lot of verses. It's a lot of damn verses.
Yeah,
you know?
No doubt.
I'm doing a lot of verses.
Mm-hmm. Well, but again, bro, your discography and Lip's discography is so full, man.
Yeah, it's pretty full.
There's a ton of material there.
I'm trying to get him to do more stuff.
Yeah,
I'm trying to dive into like his the Loneliest Punk record. But I need to find instrumentals, or I need to do something to get him. I'll be poking at him too, because his stuff is really good. Yeah, and I want him to start doing it. So hopefully people can.
Man, The Loneliest Punk to me is such a great project, and I know that I think saying that it's underrated is probably too strong, but to me, not celebrated as much as it could have been. Yeah. I mean, it's to a certain degree, I think, biographical. It feels like it. It feels very, very open, very vulnerable. Yeah, you know, it's a deep project.
He's really dope.
Yeah,
he's really dope.
Yeah.
And sometimes the way he lives his life or whatever, I'm like, man, nigga, are you doing like some kind of experiment?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He could be fooling us all. He could probably like live in a cave somewhere, and it's just got like Batman. You know, it's like this cave, and it's like this plush everything, and you know, champagne and all kinds of stuff. But he you know, shows the world a different little thing. But you know, I'm like, whatever he's doing, he's a mastermind of it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because when he puts the pen to the paper, it's always something pretty solid, damn amazing. Solid. You know, like. It's not to us. It's not even about like rap as rappers. It's just we're kind of like journalists of the times, and just kind of like lucky enough to be able to make music. And, you know. Yeah. And
then to have the skill to be able to take that and express it in a way that people can consume. Yeah, exactly. Which is dope. Yeah. But you guys are gonna be doing your thing on the 13th of October at Revolution Hall, which is a dope venue.
I need to check it out. I haven't seen it. I've never been there.
It's a dope venue. Yeah, it's a dope venue. It's gonna be a good time, man. Fatlip and Slimkid3 performing Bizarre Ride to the Pharcyde. You got other folk on the bill with you, but you mentioned doing joints from Lab Cabin California, solo joints from both of you guys.
Do some trademark stuff too.
So that's the other thing, man. So much stuff, bro.
I gotta practice. I don't know none of it.
Well, because you just dropped the trademark joint.
Yeah, we just dropped it.
Like early this year.
Yeah.
So brand new.
I'm trying to get Austin Antoine up here, man.
Word?
I'm trying to get him on something with me, because we gotta like promote that trademark record.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like things gotta, like, trademark's a new entity for people, so like promoters don't want to, like, you know, give us the right money and stuff. It's like, well, shit, I could just do, like, you know, Newmark's like, man, I could just do what I've been doing.
Right.
And I'm like, you know, respect due. I feel you. Yeah, because I'm doing what we have to.
Right.
We have mortgages and shit to pay, you know what I mean? Yeah. However, we do have to, like, make sure that this record has some legs, and he's going on tour right now.
He's going out with Jeff and them, right?
Yeah, and he's promoting the trademark stuff. So however we can promote it is how we promote it.
Right.
You know, I'm at home. I'm like, I need to get up and do some Slimkid3 shows and promote all of this. You know, I can't wait for nobody.
Right.
I'll bring Austin with me. Come on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Pack a bag. Let's do this.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. However it gets done is how it gets done. You know.
So the connect with Newmark, obviously that's you guys have been connected for a number of years. You released the first project I don't remember the date, but it was Slimkid3 and DJ Newmark.
Yep.
You released that project 2-3 years ago, or longer than that?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. No, it's been a minute.
And so then the Trademark project is an extension of that. Is that fair to say, or is it it's a whole different situation?
A different thing.
Yeah.
I think the new Trademark record really craps on the old one.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's just the energy of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you, man, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great record.
Yeah.
It came together with pure synergy.
Mm-hmm.
We were just open.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's the first record I've ever written. We were just open.
Yeah.
Like just there was no brain blockage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially for like when you were around Austin, because he's like a freestyle champion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and he's just open and super humble or whatever, and we just receiving it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, that's the way you make
records.
And
and to hear you and Newmark on both projects now, I like the way that you describe that, because that's the way that I receive it. It sounds like there is that connection there, you know, it definitely comes across on the record, which is not always easy to do.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you know artists from different situations and they come together. Sometimes it sounds like two artists that I like who did a song together. Yeah. But this does sound very cohesive. It sounds very natural.
Yeah. And that's because of that time spent though too. Because Newmark because I was like, Newmark, you know, I can record at my crib,
right.
You know, and I can send it. Be like, no, T.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do it that way.
Yeah.
You sure we can save a whole lot of money.
Right.
No, so you know, flying down there and really like being in the studio every day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when I'm in LA, I'm either at. I'm very focused when I'm writing a record. I'm very focused, or when I'm on tour, I'm very focused. So I'm either at my grandmother's house, my Taekwondo studio, or the studio with Newmark writing. Yeah. Or I'm at my godparents' house. Yeah. And that's it, because I'm like,
you working?
I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm all there, and I'm not there to play. I'm not there to fool around. I'm not there to be in traffic a long time. Yeah. Or I'm with DJ C Brown DJing somewhere.
Right.
You know.
Speak to that. So you've been making music for long enough to see a lot of the transitions, and the fact of the matter is now, it is easy to, and to a certain degree, normal in the industry for folk to work on a project and work on it separately, which is different from the way you made records when you first started making records. Yeah. So, is that one of the? I mean, and I guess you answered that question already. Is the reason that this project sounds so different because you guys were in the studio together versus doing it on your own?
I think it was because we were bouncing off of each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, let's say Bizarre Ride, for instance.
Yeah.
We were all in the studio, bouncing off of each other. It's that, like the Pharcyde energy, like Pharcyde in general.
Yeah.
There could never be anything separate of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the energy itself, like let's say the Pharcyde energy is God. And God had 4 sons or 5 sons or whatever, or, like it had J Swift, it had LAJ, it had all these parts.
Right.
So there will never, you can try to pull it apart all you want, but it calls for itself.
Yeah.
So that's the same with like the Trademark energy.
Yeah.
It opened, like it called for Trademark, and it opened up and it allowed us to create like this.
Yeah.
And so anything really great or really good should have that feeling. Like there was a time where we were like, damn, we don't know how to make, everybody was trying to, I wasn't, but everybody was like, how do we make another Bizarre Ride?
Yeah.
Well, it's like you have to have, it's like you're baking a cake and you need all the right ingredients first and foremost, and then it's like this certain energetic magic that has to like kind of occur. Like, and the energetic magic that happens is from like a free mind, an open mind.
Yeah.
And you just, when you start allowing, stuff to like, just not judging it and no filter.
Yeah.
Like you can say the craziest thing. I don't care what, just zero filter.
Right.
Edit later.
Right. Yeah.
But zero filter and creating in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then once you're done, then you start editing from there.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have that magical vibration.
Yeah. And
that's all people want anyway, is how do we get that synergy, that makes you feel, you know what I mean? That is
When
that's the formula. That's the formula. Right
and when
there.
you listen, it's funny, bro, because driving over here to the station, I was actually listening to Bizarre Ride, and that is one of the things that you hear on the album is all of the call and response, all of the ad libs, all of the like you said, all of the energy that just flows through that project.
Yeah,
you can't fake that.
You can't fake that.
You know what I mean? That's real.
Dude, all right, listen, everybody out there, I want you to put on the song Your Mama and listen all the way through to when they start telling those little jokes.
Bruh.
Yo.
Your mom's so fat. What is it?
You know how many hours of jokes we had?
I can believe it, bruh.
Yo, we had DAT tapes filled with Your Mama jokes. First off, my girl, she would say, what kind of jokesters were your friends? And I was like, oh, we had horrible jokes. We were horrible to each other joke wise. Yeah. And if you got caught feelings about it, you lost, and we gonna laugh even harder. Right. You know what I mean? I mean, like, it's been some terrible jokes. Oh man,
the album's crazy.
That's what we were. We were definitely a bizarre little crew. I guess we were like kind of the Odd Futures of that time.
There you go. Yeah.
We were the Odd Future of that time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because we were definitely unfiltered and just wild.
Yeah.
Super wild.
But the art wasn't lost on it though, and to me that's one of the things that's so cool about that. Yeah, somebody took a sample of us. That's what that is. Like even the synergy of the artwork itself. Came across the same way. What if because we used to always say, what if this and what if that and what if this happened, what if that happened, what if fire hydrant pissed on the dub. That's funny. Right. Yo, we should, and they drew that. Like these are conversations that we had. Like, or the roller coaster, it's what it is. But, Slick and Den that did the artwork, they were able to hear what we were talking about and came back with super mad. They could communicate it. It's classic, bro. It's again, I go back to what I said earlier. It is such an integral part of hip hop, which is dope.
It's really good. It's really good stuff, man.
So I know you've had these conversations over and over, but the Lab Cab in California, people say, it's not what they expected after Bizarre Ride and this, that, and the third. But to me, I feel like it felt like the natural growth of human beings.
It was the natural growth. It's a different vortex, bro.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I was a fan. Okay. There's so much on that record, man. You know what I mean?
It's dope.
Yes, absolutely.
Dope for what it is. So I look at it like this, man. Pharcyde, the energy of Pharcyde had two kids. One was Bizarre Ride and the other one was Lab Cabin. They siblings. Yeah. They ain't supposed to be alike. Right. They are not alike. Yeah. One is mature as a mug. Yes. And one does not give a damn. Yeah. The first one is a no fucks. And Lab Cabin is us realizing the parts of life within the industry. Yeah. And you can hear it. Yeah. You can feel it. It ain't lighthearted.
Yeah. No, not at all.
It is not lighthearted.
Not at all.
It's us defending ourselves. Yeah. Honestly, taking a stance for who, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like somebody thought they could scoop up some wild, funny ass kids and take advantage of them. Yeah. And we stood up like, nah.
So that was based on experiences after Bizarre Ride dropped.
All of that, yeah. So there was no way that we were gonna sing a happy song, really. Yeah. You know what I mean? We couldn't. How do we? Yeah. We were experiencing so many things. We were like watching everything. You know what I mean? We were like, man, and you probably wouldn't get that record again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because of, energy. Yeah. Like what energy is, what I mean? It's crazy.
It's because it's like a time capsule, and what happens then is only for then. Is only for that time.
For then. Yeah. We were younger then too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're two different siblings. Yeah. Plain Rap is a whole nother sibling. Yeah. And
huge transition time for you guys.
Lots of transition. Yeah. What is it? Testing the waters. Yeah. There's parts in the record that's really good, but that's a different energy of, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like it's still a part of us.
Yeah.
And even the things that I've been doing is still a part of that main thing.
Mhm.
And its liberation is so far different.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, liberation to me though feels like, and maybe this is cliche-ish, man, but liberation really feels like this is the music that's always been a part of me that
yeah.
didn't fit with the group.
Exactly, and that's the whole point of why that record happened that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like maybe you guys don't want to. I'm in this zone of some kind of, you know, a chrysalis basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm transforming into something else.
Mhm.
And maybe you guys can't relate to it, or maybe you guys don't even, you know, like that's not your thing.
Right.
And out of respect, is like, okay, well, I have to do it. It's in me. I got to get it out,
Yeah.
man. You know, as an artist. So
Yeah.
there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I remember Imani telling me one time, and he is one of the best things I ever heard. He's like, you know, everybody doesn't want to be preached to.
Mhm.
And I was like, wow, you're right. And my sister said, you know, sometimes you got to give a little sugar with the medicine.
Yeah.
And so that's why when you hear like records after that, it might be something in there, but it's in, you know, all of the sweetness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
More easily digestible.
it's more easily digestible, and it's like, because sometimes my political stuff, when I actually get focused in that way, goes really hard.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I see what it is and I say what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard. And here's something for all the revolutionaries out there, or the ones that have not yet stood up to say something in the world, is because we know we're up against things that will, their weight. It's like kind of like, you know, those things at the whack-a-mole.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
As soon as you whack your head up, or, you know, lift your head up, they
coming
whacking
after
it,
you.
or they cutting it off, or
Yeah.
they killing you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why comedians are good, because they give the message with laughter.
Mhm.
But like if you were like a Tupac, or you're like a, you know, like a Bob Marley or whatever, you giving it.
Yeah.
It's just you getting it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and as the people of the world, we're watching all of our great ones being mowed down.
Mhm.
So like, I got a lot of revolutionary shit. I got a lot of stuff that I can, you know, just say, you know, I'll call it what it is.
Yeah. Do you feel I don't know if limited is the right word, but is the idea of being an artist, making art for people to consume, but also having this be, this is a business. This is my job. This is what I do. Does that give you pause on what you put out there?
That's a good question. We all got to eat.
Yeah.
We all have to eat. And record sales are not the same. So that took a lot of our food off the plate.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to be real about this.
Yeah.
The Spotifys or the Pandoras and all the streaming stuff and all the, you know, free music stuff is like, really?
Yeah.
Like, man, this is our livelihood, and this is how we make a living, and we just get disrespected. Like, it's kind of like, man, we're getting fucked pretty much. However, that's why I say, and like I said in the beginning, this is something that I love, whether I'm making money on it or not.
Yeah.
And it's just in me. Like, you know, it's really just in me. But, you know, I go on iTunes and I buy the music. I buy music because that's what I want in return. I want people to buy my music.
Right, you put it out there.
This is the living that I got to make. If you wonder what happened to your favorite artist, it's because of people, the collective not standing up for artistry, for us to get paid for the shit that we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, now we got to, you know, tour a whole lot, you know, and now we got to do like things we don't want to do. And that's just a crazy part. And, you know, I'm not trying to complain, but what I can say is I thought that it was going to be a lot more bleak musically. But I was wrong, because I'm hearing, you know, a lot of artists. Like, if I scroll through my Spotify right now, there's so many artists that's super dope.
Yeah.
Like Sir is dope.
Yeah.
man, I just want to name a bunch of people right now.
Well, there's a lot of great art out.
Kendrick Lamar,
bro. Kendrick,
the TDE crew. Like, you listen to, like, they're making music that we're supposed to be hearing, and we're supposed to be, because we're trying to feel something again, and we haven't gotten to the area of feeling when it comes to music, because we're just trying to eat, and I mean, we're just trying to make a living, and so that's all you're getting is this hustle, this like little, whatever the fuck it's supposed to be, but soul is something different. Soul is something different.
Listen to the title, soul.
Soul,
right?
Soul is something different. Soul is like, maybe we've been pushed in this corner so hard. Soul has been coming out because you really can't hold it.
Right.
It's gonna scream,
right.
And so it has been screaming out.
Yeah.
And I have been listening. I have been hearing it, and I've been like, that's because soul's gonna move everybody.
Yeah.
This cookie cutter music that's been out, that's been dumbing motherfuckers down. And this shit that you, like, I can't believe that I hear the same fucking songs every 20 minutes on the channel my kids are listening to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear.
That's pop music, man. It's popular culture.
I don't want to fucking hear Post Malone no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, not to say he's a bad artist, but I hear it too fucking much. Give us some fucking diversity and some fucking variety. What the fuck do you think we are? It's like a garden where they stifle the plants from growing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, we need each other. I need to hear what someone else is singing about.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I got I'm just congested with this shit.
Yeah. Well, here's one of the things that I think is cool. I think that it's starting to change, and I think it's changing for two reasons. One, because of the political climate that we're in.
Oh yeah.
And two, I think that there's a growing number of individuals who feel exactly the same way that you feel, and are willing to get behind artists like yourself. I mean, look at what's happened just this year, right? Dreamville, Rhapsody.
Oh yeah.
Little Brother's back. Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Like, just look at what's happening around us. So my hope is that trend continues, so artists like yourself can continue to put the art out that you believe in, and people will financially get behind it. Here's the thing that I absolutely know. Curators like myself will continue to use our platforms. You feel me?
Sir. Yes,
so when
sir.
you listen to my radio show, when you listen to DJ OG1, when you listen to Cool Nuts,
for sure.
I'm talking about Portland DJs, radio DJs,
for sure.
you ain't gonna hear the same song every four. You know what I'm saying?
That's
because we understand that there's more to life than that, and the only way to make a change, I live it, I breathe it, I say it, man. Be the change you want to see, right?
Absolutely.
Be the change.
And
you
I was
going
to say to you, because like you saying that, like that it will, like, if I'm given the vehicle to put out something, it might not be me, because I found another vehicle to because I would, like, my job is to push out great music. Yeah. I mean, greatness, the greatest I can find, the greatest I can do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I will. It might not be me, but it'll be a part of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Moonbeam Kelly project.
Yes.
Because she's definitely revolutionary in her own way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's got super dope stuff, and I love her to death. You know what I mean? It's like that. I'm pushing for that. I'm moving for that.
Yeah.
Or Austin Antoine, I keep having to say it because he's really prolific and he's really, really, really saying something. He's really deep. So it's my job to kind of take people down the rabbit hole of, some really good stuff. Yeah. As well as what I'm going to do.
Right.
And I'm open to the universe, and I'm letting the universe know that I'm open, I'm ready. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah. I might not have rap verses, I might have melodies. I'm a melody man. Yeah. I could do melodies all day.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
I can't freestyle for shit, but I got you some songs.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Being in that position where you have been in the industry as long as you have traveled the way that you have, to now be to have the wisdom to reach out to and create opportunities for artists like Moonbeam Kelly. Yep. Has got to feel, I would imagine it's got to feel good to say these are the lessons that I've learned. These are my experiences, and I can provide guidance and give suggestion and just give you these opportunities that that maybe I didn't have or I had to work differently for them. Still, you got to put in the effort.
Yeah.
But I can be there to provide guidance. That's got to feel good.
Oh yeah, and so here's the thing about me too, because I worked at Music Institute in Los Angeles, and I worked with a lot of kids, and I listened to their music. I listened to the music that because I was like kind of like their counselor, critiquer, or whatever, and I can listen to a song and I can tell if somebody had an argument in it because I know what it's like to like I'm producing.
Yes.
I'm behind the board all the time. I'm listening to things. I'm feeling different emotions. I'm picking up frequencies and different things like that, So when I'm listening to these or I'm having like sessions where I'm talking to artists, I can tell where they're at. Like, oh man, you would make a better this than that.
Yeah.
Maybe music ain't your thing, but you're a damn good this.
Yes.
And I can hear that. And I feel like it's my job to get somebody to where they need to be going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's just a real thing. Like you might not be good at music. You know what I mean? Like you might be better at being a producer. You might be better at making websites or like just tuning them into their spark. And that's my big thing as a motivator.
Yeah,
is to find the spark, what people's spark is, and to put gasoline on it.
Yeah.
To fuel that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I don't like wasting my time, and I don't want anybody wasting their time and energy.
Yeah.
Once I see the spark in you, I'm going to like polish that up.
Yeah.
Chisel off that stone to make that great sculpture.
That's what's up.
That of what people are.
Right.
And I'm super good at that.
Yeah. Which is cool. I would often phrase it as, everybody doesn't need to be on stage.
No.
To make this art form continue to grow, you need engineers, you need promoters, you need web developers, you need a team, you need roadies, you need DJs. I mean, like you said, find what you can do, and don't, if you're really about the art, you say it, but if you're really about the art,
figure out what you are, who you are as far as this vehicle is concerned, because even like you might not have a good voice for records.
Yeah.
For records.
That's a real thing, yo.
That's a real damn thing.
Yeah.
I got lucky to have like a close to a texture of a voice that can be on record to move. It's really, you can have a voice that's just, bro, your voice is too thin.
Right.
Like, man, it's really crazy, but it's a real thing.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about records, albums, and just things that just gonna, I don't know, man. I don't even know how to say it without sounding like, man, maybe I sound fucked up or whatever for saying it. But if you listen to Prince or Michael Jackson, if you listen to Cypress Hill, if you listen to Snoop Dogg, if you listen to, there's just so many voices that are supposed to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's the deal, bro. I mean?
Or your voice cuts through where it doesn't cut through.
Exactly.
And that's a producing thing.
Yes. We have become such a disposable society, and that has leaked into hip hop.
Yeah.
Where I can go home right now, go on Fruity Loops, put it up on Bandcamp, get a bunch of likes, right? Yeah. Now all of a sudden I'm the next whatever. Yeah. But unless I have people around me who will do what you just said, who say, maybe that's not your lane, and unless I'm open to that, then what ends up happening is we begin to accept whatever for the moment, for the hot second, until the next whatever comes up. Yeah. And I think it takes, it takes that artist to come through that you can compare. And like when I spin and I have the blessing of being on the radio, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can play the artist that everybody wants to hear, and then right behind them play a Slimkid3 joint, like play a trademark joint. Yeah. Just so that audibly people go, oh,
you can hear. Yes.
Wow.
It's such a difference.
Yes. And I think we need to do that. Not to hate.
No.
But to educate.
And it's because somebody, the filter on music was broken, and now you get all this shit in it. Mm-hmm. And there is a huge difference. Yeah. Like I got tons of songs that I've recorded, And I'm gonna say this for myself, because sometimes, man, maybe my stuff certain things do sound like crap or whatever. But I've done so many songs that today when I listen back to them, I'm like, oh yeah, that song wasn't good. Oh yeah, that wasn't either.
Yeah.
Oh, I know why it didn't work.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh no, that one works.
Yeah.
And that one's a hit, because it's like, man, we did like, you have to do like 100 songs, sometimes 200 songs to have one good one.
It's reps, man. Just like anything else in life, you
Man.
got to get your reps up.
And it's like, what's going to happen to those folks that are, just throwing stuff up is that's them today.
Yeah.
But here's the positive spin I'll put on it, because like the people that are posting demo tapes and getting lucky or whatever still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Before they become this bigger thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I remember Drake's song, Girl, You're My Everything, You're All I Ever Wanted. I remember MC Light played that for me, right?
Yeah.
She's like, yo, you got to hear this tune. And I heard it and I was like, man, that's like, he did it himself. And, but where he was then and where he was now is two different worlds of things.
It's growth.
It's growth.
Yeah.
And so what's happening with a lot of people, they're in demo stage,
and they stay there
because they don't have nobody kicking their ass about it, and they just stay, and basically they just kind of stay there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everybody like, oh yeah, have you sucked his dick? It's great. You're like, nah, motherfucker.
Yeah.
This shit ain't great.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he needs to get back in there and work a little bit harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or get, like, maybe, here's the thing about listening to, he might belong in a group as opposed to a solo, is because, like, man, we getting bored with hearing your cadence and your rhythm. Like, even myself, like, it was great to have a group because you heard my voice for a little bit and then my voice wasn't there no more because this voice was coming on and that got you excited. Everything complemented each other. You know what I mean? And that's healthy. That's fucking healthy. Like, I get bored with listening to too much of myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we need to, and hence, this is what the world needs. You know what I mean?
Yes.
More flavors.
Yeah, absolutely.
More flavors, man. We can't just be stuck. Like, we need color.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine? It's like Pleasantville. You know what I'm saying?
And the fact of the matter is, bro, I think we know that and we recognize that, because I think if you look at the things that we enjoy most, and I think this is you can say this across the board, are things that do present different options, whether it's color, whether it's sonically, whatever it is. We do enjoy it. You put food on my plate, right? If it all is brown, give me some green, give me some red,
green.
give me some yellow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, we're resistant to that. I think we're either resistant to that or we're too impatient, right? Because how long did it take y'all to record Bizarre Ride?
9 months.
Okay. Albums now are conceptualized, recorded, mixed, and released in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
No life experience.
Exactly.
No life experience
Yeah.
happening there.
So I think we have to develop patience. I think we have to develop patience and be willing to sit, man. Be willing to listen to the record, be like, yo, that record is dope. And maybe something else comes out, but maybe that new project, it sits in queue, because I'm gonna sit with this one for a minute, because there's something there, and I want to make sure I get it all before I go listen to the next one.
So I'm gonna tell you a story.
Yeah.
So Lab Cabin, California, we did so many songs for that record, and one day we were trying to kind of wrap it up or whatever.
Yeah.
And this was like, we already had months and months and months in of recording, and I made beats, and Fatlip did stuff, Romai, Booty Brown did stuff, and we were recording and all that. And then we had like a listening day, and we listened to everything we had, and we were just like, we still need something.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, but what do we need? Like, man, we should contact, Q-Tip or, the folks up there. And so we did. And flew to New York, lived in New York for 6 months.
Okay.
Recording. We recorded with, who did we record with? Diamond D. We recorded with Gingy Brown. We recorded with So many people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So many people. Hung out with Q-Tip a lot.
Yeah.
Q-Tip, he wasn't able to really put the time in that we needed because
Right.
he was working on the Mobb Deep record.
Okay.
So he was like, yo, I got this kid. And we was like, all right. He's like, so come to my crib, man. Come listen to this cassette I got.
Yeah.
It's got a bunch of snippets on it. So we went to his house one night. We was sitting in the room, just going through it.
Yeah.
And it was Jay Dilla's stuff.
Gosh, dude. That's so crazy to me, bro.
Yeah.
So crazy to me.
And so we got like all kind of this,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
And so next thing you know, we're recording and, recording that stuff.
Yeah.
And man, it's like the rest is history.
That's so dope, bro.
And that, and then when we brought those pieces back to the pieces that we already had
Yeah.
and fused it all together, now we had an
Felt
album.
complete.
So like the universe has always been the artist with the paintbrush. We was just paintbrushes being dipped in different colors.
Yes. Yes.
And I know this.
Yeah.
I can never claim everything.
Yeah.
I give thanks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's like we thought we were doing something great. We thought we did. We thought
Yeah.
That listening session told us, not yet.
Not quite ready.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
another 6 months.
That's what's up.
It takes time to make,
Yeah.
hit records.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And to again, man, to have that experience now to look back on and then to be able to pay that forward and hope and pray that people are open and receptive to the idea and the concept that you can have something great if you're just willing to wait.
Yeah. Here's the beautiful thing about not having the pressure on you as an artist.
Yeah.
So you can make your art. I mentioned Samino a while ago. And when I listened to their record, I'm like, these motherfuckers had time to really be themselves and do their thing.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love someone else that you had mentioned. But there's certain groups or certain people, like when you have like the free space, you're not pressed by money or anything, then you can like be yourself and actually make an album that is actually you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your thing. You're like, you're that hot thing because you found yourself.
Yeah.
You found your sound.
Yeah.
And that's like, let's say the people that are throwing up demos. Like, man, if you just find your sound and dive into your sound and all of that, you create this experience. Another artist that I'm into currently that Fatlip put me on, and my friend Yeti for Yeti Beats, Dave Sprecher, is Doja Cat.
Okay. I know the name. I haven't dove in yet.
She's this artist, man, and she's like got a lot of weird stuff. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
She has a man. I'm trying to think of who she has a record out with called Juicy right now. But she's got her own thing.
Okay.
Not that it's like, it's just when you see it, you're going to be like, oh man, what do you got me looking at?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like, it's mad weird sometimes, but it's mad dope because it's her.
Got you.
You know what I mean? It's her thing. And when you listen to her the rest of her records, you're like, oh, I stepped into her world.
Right.
To listen to this, and I like that.
That's what's up.
And I like her music. I like her up-tempo stuff for the clubs. She got stuff for that.
Yeah.
And I like her slower stuff for just the like, you want to just trip out and just like, she like the sonically without lyrics or anything. Yeah. It created a world, and I'm like, man, that's pretty dope.
That's what's up. Okay, Doja Cat. I got it. Like I said, I know I've seen the name. I just haven't dove in yet.
Yeah.
It's funny, bro. Just now, I had this thought. If I had the means, I would make it happen tomorrow.
Okay. Yep.
Would love to hear you and Homeboy Sandman on the track together.
Who?
Homeboy Sandman.
Oh, what?
Just when artistically, lyrically, you talk about someone who definitely knows their voice. But I'm gonna have to see if I can make the connect.
I'm open. I'm definitely open.
Yeah.
And like you saying, if people have more time to like relax about it, or I'm talking to myself at this point because I got that daddy brain.
Yes.
You know, I got that little 2-year-old running around.
Keeping you young.
I mean, these parts are fun, but I have to get back into like what it is. Like I told Tony Ozier, I was like, yo, I think I'm ready to do the next record with you, because first off, I gotta just dive into it. If you keep waiting, you're gonna keep waiting.
Right.
So I'm gonna just start diving in and start like kind of like sweeping out my brain with the dust, and like get into what is next for me as far as like this is concerned.
That's
musically.
what's up.
You know what I mean?
That's
It
exciting,
might take a little
bro.
time to get there, whatever. And I gotta just kind of keep doing something I've never done.
That's what's up, bro.
Or keep trying.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So.
Well, I know that the work that you guys have done thus far is crazy dope. Monkey Business is the last project that you guys did together.
Yeah.
So anything, Tony Ozier is just he's a
beast.
My Lord,
Yeah,
man,
he's
that
a
dude is
beast.
nice. So I know whatever you guys cook up, it's gonna be nothing but nice. And you know you got platforms, bro. You know what I'm saying? So whatever drops, I got you.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
up, man. Heck yeah.
Bro, thank you so much, man, for coming through.
What? Yeah.
Way too long.
Before we go,
Yes.
listen, the throwback.
That's right.
I got to
That's
talk
right.
about the throwback.
Yes.
My DJ party that we're having at the liquor store September 21st is the next one we're having. But
Word.
it's just something like I grew up as a battle dancer.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that now. But I grew up as a battle dancer. And all the music from like, you know, the 80s and 90s, early 90s and stuff like that, or stuff that we're playing, like from R&B to hip hop to even like some new wave stuff. And it's just a breath of fresh air.
Word.
You know what I mean? Like it's a little nostalgia
Word.
kind of thing. And I just wanted to like say that because it's something that, you know, I feel like Portland could use.
No doubt.
Portland needs, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
myself and DJ Tony Stewart, DJ Jai, DJ Dr. Dakar, Skinny Miracles.
Word.
You know, we all just kind of throwing it on down.
So when is it?
It's September 21st at the liquor store.
At the liquor store. Okay, that's what's up. And that's a regular situation, ain't it?
It's gonna be the monthly. It's gonna be the monthly.
That's what's up.
It's the
That's
new.
what's
It's
up.
the new monthly. My Body Heat X thing. I'm gonna start that back up soon. Just trying to find a new venue for it.
Yeah.
But that's like my dance music stuff. Just all dance. I'm trying to make them sweat. Just boom. Nothing but dance music and
Yeah.
house music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know. But the throwback is catered to a different little feel. So
Well, that sounds like my speeds. I'm gonna have to bring
please come
bring
through.
wifey through.
What?
You know what I mean?
Bring wifey
You know
through,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Like I'm trying to hit him with like, you know, the digging in the crates crew
Yes, sir.
stuff. I'm trying to
Yes,
hit him
sir.
with, you know, all them classics.
That's what's up, man. So it's at the liquor store. Check them out. Yo, bro, you are active. You're very active on social media, bro. If people wanna take a dive in, man.
Oh yeah,
What's
at Slimkid3 for my hip hop stuff, and
Word.
my naughty stuff is Adult Things 333.
Like I said, homie is very, very active on social media.
Yeah, man.
Once again, I wanna encourage folk, man. October the 13th is going down at Revolution Hall.
That's right.
Fatlip and Slimkid3 performing Bizarre Ride to the Pharcyde, as well as joints from Lab Cabin, California, solo joints, trademark joints.
Yep.
That's gonna be a party, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun. People think they coming to a show. I'm just going to work out. I'm going to prepare for other shows. You know,
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Bro, like I said though, man, I definitely appreciate you coming through.
Yeah.
You have so many things cooking. I know you busy, so to have you take time out your schedule to come through for another rock with me for the episode
Yep.
is greatly appreciated.
Yo, man, I was like, I ain't missing this one. You know, I ain't missing this one.
That's what's up, man. That's
Yeah.
what's up. The
Thanks for
homie
having me,
Slimkid3.
man.
Absolutely, man. So once again, man, it goes down on October the 13th, Revolution Hall. Fatlip, Slimkid3 performing Bizarre Ride to the Pharcyde. Follow him all over social media. And just for a really, really good time, man. Couple shout outs right quick, man. Once again, big ups to X-Ray FM for being gracious hosts to the recording of the Klyph Notes podcast, to Acapella Apparel for their continued support of the Klyph Notes podcast. You can check out the fresh gear they just released. They re-released the new, or an old shirt celebrating 5 years of Acapella Apparel. So check out the website, akepele.com, Acapella Apparel. Last but absolutely definitely not least, big ups to the homie Theory Has It for creating the official theme song for the Klyph Notes podcast. Check out the podcast everywhere you listen to your podcasts: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, on the X-Ray FM podcast network at xraypod.com, and of course at klyphnotes.com. You can hit me up on Gmail, klyphnotes@gmail.com. Check out the website, djklyph.com. It's KLYPH. All right, y'all, that's it. Until we have an opportunity to connect again, y'all be blessed. Peace.